We begin with the name of Allah, the most compassionate, all-merciful. This is the part 2 of the From Darknesses to Light video. In the part 1 of this video, we established that physical light by nature is transformative. It energizes the state of those that it interacts with, be it at a quantum level or macro-human level. We also established that human knowledge is incomplete and we only know less than 5% of the information of the known universe. Given that parts of the universe have fallen outside our reach, the information we have is insignificant to make any reliable decision about the hereafter. We saw that there is a lot of information in light spectrum that could be beneficial for humans, but humans are unable to see or experience the full spectrum of light, since the rest of the information about light cannot be obtained by humans on their own. Allah established the office of the prophethood to deliver the ethical and moral code of conduct for humans to follow on earth, in order to establish and maintain peace and justice on earth. Each nation was sent a prophet by Allah to address the needs of that time. All prophets removed darknesses of the age with the guidance they brought with them from Allah. Prophet Muhammad was chosen to be the universal prophet, to provide complete and eternal guidance to the entire humanity for all time to come. He brought the ultimate light of guidance that removed all previous darknesses, and will continue to remove all future darknesses. He brought the light, the Holy Quran. He taught us how to live life on this earth in such a way that we can reap benefits in this world and hereafter. Allah says in the Quran, Allah sent a messenger reciting to you the distinct verses of Allah that he may bring out those who believe and do righteous deeds from darknesses into the light. And whoever believes in Allah and does righteousness, he will admit him into gardens, beneath which rivers flow, to abide therein forever. Allah will have perfected for him a provision. The benefits from the knowledge can only be realized when one accepts the guidance and follows it. Allah says in the Quran, the one whose chest Allah has opened to Islam follows a light from his Lord. Allah says that if you want to get the benefits, then you must follow my messenger. There is no other path. Prophet Muhammad was given the ultimate book of guidance, which is full of wisdom, and it can dispel any kind of darkness that a human being can encounter. The abode in heaven with all of its enjoyments is a great benefit of following the right path. However, the ultimate benefit is to be reunited with the Creator, when our lights will be united with its source. As the following ayah confirms, this is a book which we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, that you might bring mankind out of darknesses into the light by permission of their Lord. Allah changes the state of people from ignorant to illuminated one through guidance. The Quran contains the message from Allah, and Prophet Muhammad's life was made example to learn how to implement the Quran in our daily lives. This is the truly transformative path. It transforms the state of the souls of people and those who interact with them. No ayat in the Quran is like the following ayat, on which so many scholars have weighed in and provided their insights. Because it is an amazing similitude, multiple meanings have been drawn from it in our rich tradition. So whatever we will say about this ayah, it is not even a drop in an ocean that has been said before. We proceed in all humility, seeking Allah's guidance and help to explain this in more detail. Allah says in Surah Nur, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The example of his light is like a niche in which is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass. The glass is as if it were a star shining like a pearl, kindled by the blessed olive tree, neither of the east nor of the west. It is close that the oil itself get ablaze, although the fire does not touch it. Light upon light, Allah guides towards his light whomever he wills. And Allah illustrates examples for mankind, and Allah knows everything. Abdullah the son of Abbas said that Allah is the light of the heavens and earth. Should be understood as Allah is the one who lights up the heavens and earth. This means that Allah brings heavens and earth to light, so they can be seen and known. Through knowing the heaven and earth, Allah could be recognized as their one and only creator. Now let's examine the ayat from Surah Nur to more closely better understand the meaning. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. To elaborate further, we can say that Allah is the only one who is sustaining the existence of heavens and earth. Their existence is contingent upon the attention of Allah. If Allah takes his gaze away from them, then the whole universe will cease to exist instantaneously. If Allah wants, he could obliterate the entire created universe, and it will fall into a pit of darkness, and no one will know of its existence. This also means that Allah has set the rules, and Allah is running the affairs of the universe. We, being part of the universe and being Allah's vicegerent, have a special responsibility in adhering to the letter and spirit of Allah's rules. Doing this will strengthen our connection with Allah, and we will be able to reunite with our Creator. By mentioning the example of His light, Allah is saying that, if you want to know about my light, or way to my light, and if you want to know about the benefits of my light, then the following example is sufficient to ponder and implement in your lives. To understand what Allah means by like a niche in which is a lamp, the lamp is in a glass covering, we need to understand the niche. Niche in a wall is a place that is protected from external factors like winds and water. Niche is purposely designed to provide a hospitable environment for igniting, sustaining, and providing light to a desired space. For example, to light up a room in a house as the darkness of night approaches. The lamp is a vessel that generates its light by burning its fuel. Once lit, it can generate and propagate its own light till it runs out of fuel. The glass covering of the lamp uniformly distributes, without any discrimination, light to all the corners of the room. Allah is telling us that we should act like a lamp, by lighting ourselves first, and then we should aim to enlighten the environment around us. That is everything within our circle of influence or sphere of illumination. The place where the flame of love with Allah can be ignited by the creation is the niche. It is a place dedicated to worship, which is isolated from the rest of the house and any distractions of this world. Islam is not about setting the world aside completely. One has to live in the world and diligently perform the role given by Allah. However, to get close to Allah and remain attached to Him, one must detach from everything in the world for a certain period of time. Ideally at night, when activities of the world slow down and everyone is sleeping, except the heart of the seeker. Like the niche, is isolated from the winds and water. One should set aside an isolated place at home where there are no worldly distractions to distract the mind and light up our heart to communicate with Allah. Then Allah refers to the glass, as if it were a star, shining like a pearl. If the glass is dirty, then the light cannot be propagated properly. Therefore, the glass of the lamp must be super clean. All the impurities from the outside of the glass and inside of the glass must be removed to ensure that both sides are spotless. With the light of the lamp shining through, it should look like a shining star, with bright sparkles of light coming from it, that dazzle the eyes in amazement. Note that a shining star provides reliable navigational information for travelers at night, be it on earth or on the seas. The reliable guidance ensures that the travelers reach their intended destination. Through this example, Allah is hinting at us that we should remove physical and spiritual impurities from us. Our outward reality should be aligned with our inward reality. There should not be any inconsistency between the two. This implies that there should be no difference between what we say and what we do. There should be no difference between what we do in private and what we demonstrate in public. There should be no difference between what we believe in our heart and what actions we take in the world. The purification is an ongoing process that has to be repeated again and again to remove all the layers of impurities, called darknesses, from our hearts and replace them with sparkles of light, our internal transformations. The luster of the character of such a person becomes the projector of that light that benefits all those who come in contact with it during the day. Then Allah says it is kindled with the blessed olive tree that is neither from the east nor from the west. Olive is a fruit that grows on olive trees. The blessed olive tree is the one that nourishes the light from the heavens and uses it to perform functions that sustain itself and generate fruits that can be beneficial to others. Allah is hinting to us that Prophet Muhammad is the blessed olive tree, who was not sent to any one nation only. He is not of the east or the west. He was sent as a universal prophet to all nations. Therefore, the fuel of our lamp must be derived from that fruit that Prophet Muhammad passed on to us for our benefit. That is the Quran, which is Allah's speech in word form, and Sunnah of Prophet, which is Allah's words in implemented form for people to follow. Then Allah says it is close that the oil itself get ablaze, although the fire does not touch it. We know that the quality of fuel determines its combustibility to light up the surrounding. The more refined the fuel, the less the impurities in it, the more combustible it becomes. However, this fuel that Allah is referring to is so pure, so highly combustible, that it is longing to seek a spark to fulfill its function and illuminate its surroundings. It is ready to consume itself and transfer its energy to benefit others without even needing a spark. The intensity and purity of light determines how efficient the fuel is, how long the fuel will provide light, and how far and wide it can illuminate the surroundings. If the fuel is pure, then the container has to be kept clean constantly. Otherwise, the light of the lamp may be impacted. Attaining purity and maintenance of purity of the container, which is our own self, is a lifelong process. During the night, we should purify our container by praying to Allah, and reciting and reflecting on the Quran. During the day, we should act according to the injunctions of the Quran and teachings of Prophet Muhammad. This process should be repeated to increase the quality of our burning and increase our sphere of illumination. Great rewards are to be collected with the right intention and effort. Allah blesses those who make a sincere effort. Allah's light sparked the heart of Prophet Muhammad and lit him up. The condition of his heart was totally pure, and it was longing and ready to be lighted. With his teachings, he purified and illuminated the hearts of his companions who believed and persevered to follow his path. Since then, this light of guidance is being transferred to the subsequent generations. These are the chains of lights that span the centuries, and this is how the light of the religion has been preserved. It has been transferred from one heart to another, from one lamp to another, one seeker to another. This is the path of the light that Allah is referring to guide people to. This is the same path that is mentioned in Surah Fatiha, path of those who were blessed by Allah. Surah Fatiha is also called the opener. Allah has given us Surah Fatiha as a prayer for asking Allah's help to open the door of this light for us, to enlighten us, and that is why it is mandated in every prayer. Once the door is opened, then through our actions and perseverance, we have to perfect our light and illuminate others. Allah makes things easy for people, not just Muslims, to understand and follow, and to warn them about the consequences of taking another path. Some people will pay heed and others may not. Those who don't may think that they have a better way to spend their lives on this earth, and a better path to follow. They should know that their knowledge is very limited and they are basing their decision on that. So chances of them making a wrong decision is quite high. While Allah's knowledge is complete and comprehensive, He knows about everything and His guidance is perfect. If followed, this path will lead humans to heavens and ultimately to the light of Allah's sight. That is why Allah says in the Quran, from darknesses, plural, to light, singular. If followed, His path will lead humans to heavens and ultimately to the light of Allah's sight. All the lights of the corresponding darknesses are derived from the light of Allah, and they all converge into that singularity. RasulAllah gave us a hint of that in his prayer. When he was returning from the toughest trip of his life from Taif, he prayed to Allah and said, O Allah, I seek refuge in the light of your face, by which all darknesses are illuminated and dispelled, and both this world and hereafter are put in their right course. One light removes all darknesses and sets the affairs of this world and hereafter on the right path. That is the light emanating from the sight of Allah. May Allah guide us to the path that leads to the light emanating from His presence, so we can experience that sight. Ameen Summa Ameen. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like the videos. And if you want to be notified for future videos, then please hit the notification button as well. Till next time, inshallah.